they have the ability to take my heart, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it.
I say a prayer, I say a prayer, I say a prayer to whoever made you.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube. Today I said I wasn't going to get into anything deep, and I don't know how, but this memory popped up in my mind, so I guess the Lord wants me to share. So we are going to go right into it. High school. I started at a high school. The entire high school was 40 people. Not 40 in my class, 40 in the whole school. It had never existed before that first year that I went there, so I didn't know what I was getting into. I had been singing at Malibu High, and I had been in the art program, and I really wanted to pursue my career as an artist. I wanted to be an art major. Went into the school called Pacifica, and the first year they didn't have an art class. So I went into acting. Fell in love with acting. I did every musical, every play, everything. I liked the freedom of being able to change who I was, walk through the shoes of other people. So that was a really exciting phase of my life. So freshman year, I got into acting and I became agnostic. What does agnostic mean? Agnostic means you don't believe that there's any proof that there is or isn't a God. In my mind, as a high schooler, I think that I believed at the time that it meant I believe there's a God. I just didn't want the religious aspect that came with it. This is an important part of my journey because it was me really deciding and finding my faith for myself. At that point in time, I was really just trying to decide, like, what do I believe? What am I gonna live by? So after a little bit of being agnostic, I realized that it kind of just felt like a cop-out. I knew there was a God. I felt his presence. I saw him showing up in ways for me, in different ways, that I just couldn't deny that there was something bigger out there, that there was a godly presence or something else. And it felt like, to me, choosing to be agnostic was just kind of, again, a cop-out, and that I didn't want to do the rules. Like, I believed there was a God, I just didn't want to listen to him because I was being young and rebellious. So eventually I was like, I can't deny this. The faith is real, and it's part of me. And I decided to really dive into my faith for myself. I don't remember exactly what age it was that I got baptized. I don't think that baptism is a make or break to being a Christian, but it was a very integral part of my faith. So that's what was going on a spiritual level for me. Meanwhile, right, I went from being this dorky Christian kid to the Malibu kid. So I had a totally different relationship with people, had a total different reputation. I was in a totally different place. And I was a little boy crazy. So this was my first time experiencing love, or what felt a lot like love, right? We had a lot of drama going on. There was one girl who has the same name as me. So I'm not gonna tell you any other names, but she had the same name as me, okay? So I remember just having this moment where I was like, I cannot have any more boys. Like, no more boys. Like, I need a break from boys. And I turn around and there's this guy, and he was like, I think I even said, like, do you want to be friends? Like, I just needed some guy friends. And of course, I ended up falling for him. So that was my first time I ever said I love you to anyone, and the first time I discovered what I now refer to as parking lot love, okay? So that is like when we're young and you are obviously, hopefully, sober, and you are just feeling all your feelings. And I remember being in a parking lot of Walgreens with this guy, and it was the best feeling in the world. And that's the high we're chasing, right? When we're going for that, like, novelty, like romance right out of, like, the Notebook kind of love, is we are wanting to find that same love that we felt when we were younger. That is like, I don't need anything in the whole world to have a good time right now, but to sit on this curb with you eating Starbursts in the parking lot. Like, that is the kind of love or lust. So that was my first experience with love. And prior to that point, like I told you, I had crushes on guys before, right? But like every time I would like a guy with like one guy, it's all I thought about was one guy. I was very blinders on. That was my experience of love. He was my first kiss, first boyfriend, all of those things. And the girl with the same name as me came in and I trusted her, and that's my first experience with oversharing. I shared everything that happened with this boy to her. She used all of it, flipped it, and somehow got him to like her instead of me. Now, later on, they broke up, blah, 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 it's high school, yada, yada. But I think that that really took a toll on me. And I really went into protection mode and was like, how do I never have that kind of pain happen again? So after that, every guy that I dated, I would date for like 3 weeks, and then I would get freaked out and I would leave. And I think that it became kind of a protection mechanism. If I get too close, this person is going to hurt me. If I give them too much, they have the ability to take my heart, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it. And so I got scared. But that was my first experience with love, and it was very, I don't know, it was very interesting, and to this day, like, it's always gonna have an impact on me. That's where I'm gonna leave it today, but I'm excited to let you guys know that once I get through my high school story, after high school, college, maybe even after college, when my real relationship started happening, that's when I started doing music. And after each relationship, there is 1 to 4 songs. So you guys are gonna see the background of all of the songs that I have and the reasons behind them, the stories. I'm gonna leave it at that for today, but I'm gonna walk away with saying that even though as a 15-year-old I was like, gotta be scared, like can't have that happen again, that is the beauty of love. It's the vulnerability. It's letting someone know you can hurt me, you can. And being strong enough to love anyways, to trust anyways, to, you know, really have blindfolded faith, like blind faith in another human being. And when you do it, and you really can do it, and learn to trust another person, and learn that they're not gonna hurt you, that's the most beautiful thing in the world. So that's the takeaway from today. Stay tuned, subscribe and like below. The next phase of high school is coming next. Ciao.
So easy.